Hi there, Pisces. Welcome to your end of December 2022 tarot update. It's Rena here. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm reading for Pisces. I'm being all woo-woo. And I'm like not just picking the first card that comes down the pike. Gosh, I'm getting that Justice card upside down. Well, maybe I put it back in the deck upside down, but I usually don't do that. Huh. It's interesting because I don't know how many of you, some of you probably are very familiar with the tarot deck, but the Justice card and the Strength card are sometimes have opposite numbers. So it's funny that I drew both of those cards. Okay. We have two queens in this reading, so it could be a situation with a mother, two mothers. So if you're married or, with a significant other and the mother-in-laws are both, one of them is your mother and one is the other mother, maybe either they're having issues or you're having issues with one of them, you know what I'm saying? I can't even, I'm tongue-tied. The heart of the matter is the Queen of Swords. If this is a mother, this could be a critical woman. Even though this is in the upright position, this woman may have a very sharp tongue and she might be quite critical. She might be intelligent, and those are the dangerous kinds because they can convince you that their criticism of you is absolutely valid because they're so discriminating. They just have this ability to analyze things. They have this analytical part about themselves. And you know what? They might be quite right. But the problem is that you have to have, when you're criticizing somebody, you have to ask, why am I doing this? Am I really doing this for their highest good, or am I heartless? Am I doing this for some other, like maybe a manipulative reason to make them feel bad? Or, and when somebody tries to make you feel bad, why are they doing that? It's probably to try to control you, especially if it's an authority figure like a queen. It could be a boss, too. I just want to, make that clear. This could be a boss who is doing this. And they, have this reputation of being intelligent, but that doesn't mean that they are doing things for the right reasons. In the past position, we have the Justice card. I'm just going to hold it upright so you can see the card. So something is unfair. Something has been unfair. This woman has been unfair. This is the holiday season. If you have a narcissistic parent, and I do think of the queens and kings sometimes as the narcissists because they're the royalty, but you could say the royalty in their own mind, where they think they are the center of the universe. These things can come out. You can get triggered with all that sibling rivalry, all of that feeling of inferiority if you were overly criticized. Pisces people are very sensitive. You're good people. And sometimes people can see the vulnerability, and the reason that they pick on people who are vulnerable is because they are uncomfortable with their own vulnerability. Isn't that sad that people are like that? Don't ever, lose that ability to feel and to be able to show your soft side. Just because somebody else may have tried to mercilessly put you down, okay? And so this is it can be a very triggering time for people dealing with family. And this person, could be the matriarch. And this could also be like an in-law, a mother-in-law who is doing this. Remember that they are doing this likely because they are resentful that you're with their adult child. It makes them feel like they are now second in control. What the hell? Second in control. And it looked like a bumblebee. uh, I sometimes I swear to God, like this is December, and there have to be bioengineered gnats that they just live no matter what. It's like really weird. I don't know. But anyway, so these kinds of people, some of them, if they're actually narcissists, they thrive on, creating pain for other people. They know that they are getting to you. Never let them see you sweat. If you don't believe you can have an honest relationship with that person, don't. They're not, it's funny, they're not honest brokers. They're not treating you fairly. And this is like with parents who have favoritism with their children. There might be the golden child at Christmas, where they're the ones that were always treated like they were special. And you could say to yourself, that's not fair. But the point is that it really doesn't matter if that occurs, because you don't have to give in to that. You can be able to rise above that. Don't take the bait. And this is also true for if this is your boss at work, if somebody is trying to get your goat, you can refuse to play along. Don't react to them. Now, I'm not suggesting that you endure this. Hopefully this is a temporary situation, and even if it's a work situation, that you are planning a way to leave that situation. But this can be on your end, that you're making a decision about something and you're not allowing your emotions to, keep you thinking that you can do this, like this is going to be okay long term, because that could be, quite an illusion. The higher message is a strength card. So as a spiritual message, you have to rely on your inner forces to see you through, or build them if you don't currently have them. And there are so many practices that you can do to get there. It's not about the outer things, it's about the inner things. How can you make it so that you are less vulnerable to other people's criticism? How can you get to that point? Well, first of all, I don't think that we should put ourselves in that position in the first place. I remember going to a lecture at my church, like a workshop, and this woman who was giving the workshop said, I don't hang around people who don't have a good opinion of me. And I always say that to myself, because you don't have to. And that's one thing. We degrade ourselves when we expose ourselves to people that have an easy target who they can, pick on. There's no reason for that. I don't care what anybody says. I know some people would say, oh, you have to transcend it. You can't allow somebody to just control you and stuff. You know what? Some of us have experienced emotional abuse growing up. Maybe some of those people that are advising like against staying away, maybe they didn't grow up with emotional abuse. If you grew up with it, you're very prone to being triggered And it's dangerous to be around that because it's, you know, it's a constant triggering of an old wound. Yes, when you get away, you will heal and you will be more resilient. But if you're still in that stage of healing, at the very early stages of healing, to keep putting yourself in a situation where somebody is treating you unfairly and belittling you, that seems like a really dangerous situation. I'm not talking about safe spaces. I'm not talking about being a snowflake and having safe spaces, because sometimes criticism isn't malintended, isn't intended in a bad way. Sometimes it's intended in a way that is simply that the person wants you to improve. So like a boss, sometimes they really aren't trying to wound you. So I would never say never in terms of critique, but we can tell the difference in our gut. What's coming in is the 9 of Wands. I've been telling people we're having a Mercury retrograde at the end of the month. I think it's 29th. And this is actually occurring in your 11th house in Capricorn, Pisces. So this could be a friend. Maybe this is a toxic friend who acts like a know-it-all, who acts like their opinion is so on point and yours sucks. And you just kind of went along with this situation, and maybe you decided to leave it, and that person tries to come back into your life, or anybody else. Be on high alert for a narcissist to come back, but this is also a card of boundaries. So any kind of, you have to set boundaries, and Pisces people tend to be very lax with boundaries. Neptune, your ruling planet, isn't about boundaries. It's about all is one, man. Like, we're one with the universe. Well, yes and no. We're also individual souls, and we have to preserve that individuality too. We can't just be like in this cosmic soup all day. The outcome is the 7 of Pentacles. This is kind of like a wait-and-see approach towards your situation. If you have invested energy, if you've tried to be positive about a situation and it seems like you're not getting that back in return, like if this is a new job with this person, you might want to cut your losses. Or a new relationship, or if you've just recently gotten married and that's when the in-law situation really got problematic, or if you just had a child and it's become this battle. You have to see if this is going to improve. If it's not, then you have to decide what you're going to do. Okay, that's what I have for you, Pisces. I want to wish you a happy holidays. Thank you for watching. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.